Fit Like Abdi, Danny Boy here, and welcome back. And it's great to be back. We're here on the Transport Fever Mountain Island map. The date is January 4th, and I finally returned home. So, I've been gone for about 2 months, October, November. 3 months, October, November, December. I was over working on Israel, my country. My company had a contract over there. It was a very long contract, and the deal was you went over there until the job was finished. I managed to record quite a lot of episodes of stuff while I was over there, because I was on the drill ship. The drill ship had this awesome Wi-Fi connection that was super fast. It was really good. The ship was brand new. It was awesome. And then I moved over to the dive vessel, which was built around World War II. I think it actually served in World War II. No, but it was a really old ship. The Wi-Fi on it was incredibly slow. You just used it for using sort of WhatsApp, contacting people at home, letting them know you're safe and that you're not dead yet. So, but it's great to be back, even though I've left the sunshine and it is currently extremely windy, wet and cold here in Scotland at the moment. It's good to be back. So, first things first, Merry Christmas. Second thing, Happy New Year. So, missed Christmas and New Year. Not really too bothered about that. I've been away lots over Christmas and New Year's at the past. If you work away from home, as I do quite a lot, Christmas and New Year just sort of becomes another day. Just your standard run-of-the-mill, whatever day of the week it lands on, so be it. So, not really a big issue for me. It does affect quite a lot of people, especially people who have kids. You always feel kind of sorry for them. One of the guys I was out with, it was his kid's first Christmas and New Year, so he would have loved to have been there, but unfortunately we didn't finish the job in time, so he had to stay for Christmas and New Year. I did try to get him swapped out with someone else, but not many takers for people wanting to leave home to go away before Christmas and New Year, and it's kind of a shame for that other person who arrives, because then they miss out as well. So, Christmas and New Year 2019 done. We're into 2020. 2020, yes. So, now that I'm home, regular episodes of the Mountain Island Transport Fever will continue. I did manage to install Transport Fever 2 on my laptop. It took 8 days because the Wi-Fi on the ship was so slow. It was a 12.3 or 12.8 gigabyte download, but I left my laptop running for like 10 days solid. Just so I could download it. Couldn't make any videos. You couldn't actually upload anything because it was so slow. Oh, cool, Zeppelin. It's perfect. And a double-headed Mikado in the background, and something just disappeared down there. Zeppelin is incredibly low. Oh, and a tram. So, I have played. I didn't want to play a free play on the new Transport Fever 2. I tried to play the campaign. I also played quite a lot of Anno while I was away. Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator. I started and finished Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So, yep, I played a lot. I had a lot of days when I was away sitting doing nothing. It was like 3-4 weeks in between jobs, and the job what is happening with this bridge? Hello? Was ist das? We shall call that a unique design. Yep, it was meant to be. So, yep, played a lot of games while I was away. Mostly things that take a long time. Like, you can sit and play American Truck Simulator, etc., etc., for hours. Euro Truck Simulator. Those games last for ages. I played Anno in a sort of free mode, and I made the perfect utopia where everything runs like clockwork. So, yep, it was a lot of fun. There was also new DLC. The Arctic DLC came out for Anno 1800. So, now that I'm back, yes, Transport Fever will continue this playthrough on Transport Fever 1. Because it's got the mods, lots and lots of mods. Transport Fever 2, the Steam Workshop is filling up quite nicely with mods, most being redesigned and ported over to from Transport Fever 1. So thank you to the modders for that. But we will be starting a Transport Fever 2 playthrough, and I think I will be jumping on the bandwagon of doing a tropical map, because it seems like, because it's the new thing, that's what everyone is going for. And there's also like Russian and Asian trains been added. I'm a bit on the fence, I must say, about Transport Fever 2. I will make a video on my thoughts on Transport Fever 2 at some point. I actually did play, I did all the campaign. The campaign was pretty cool. I started a free play map, again, because I had unlimited amount of time. I managed to, I'm going to follow this train because I think it has a more scenic. How slow are you going? 31? I thought you did like 62 or something. Yep, because I had ultimate, like, quite a lot of spare time, I managed to get that map running like clockwork as well. Figured out some of the game mechanics and some of the new things for building lines, buying vehicles, etc. Replacing vehicles, god, that's annoying, because there's no auto replace. Vehicle maintenance, and I played a little bit of that map. Gonna generate a new map and hopefully get it going. So we'll be starting episodes of Transport Fever 2. Anno 1800 will continue, and Rise of Industry will continue as well. We're currently playing the campaign in Anno. I think I'm going to play the campaign through, build up the islands, and then I think I'll do a free play or sort of sandbox mode season of Anno as well. So that'll be coming up once Rise of Industry, once we've got like every industry sort of pegged in. We may move on to Rise of Industry 2120. Is it 2120? Can't remember. I'm sure it's 21 something. It's an add-on DLC for Rise of Industry, and it looks pretty cool. It's set in the future where some sort of apocalyptic event has destroyed anything, and you have to sort of make an industry transport tycoon sort of deal from a post-apocalyptic world, transferring goods and medicines and stuff like that. So that should be interesting. That is basically what is coming. So I do apologise as well for being gone for so long. There was I was supposed to be back on the 15th of December. That's when I was supposed to be finished, finito, done. However, that was not the case. We're still not actually done. I mean, I said earlier the job was finished. It pretty much is. They've sent me home for 2 weeks. Someone decided that, what was it, 8, 12, 15 weeks away or something was too long, and that I needed to go home and rest. So that was nice, whoever the person was that thought that up. So they sent me home for 2 weeks, but by the time 2 weeks comes, everything should be done. There should be no more work to do. Everything should be sort of packed away. The job should be finished, and the guys that are still left on it should be at home. Fingers crossed. But at least if I go back this time, I'll be back on the drill ship, so I will have the good Wi-Fi. And if I am on the beach in Israel, normally in Haifa, then or Tel Aviv, depending on what hotel is cheapest, because that's how my company operates. They don't put you in the best places, they put you in the cheapest that is available at the time, which is sometimes good because of the place you're in. It's sometimes bad. So the Wi-Fi in the hotels were pretty good as well though, so I should be able to continue recording. But I'm hoping to get a lot done in this 2 weeks. Now, 2 weeks of uninterrupted rest means that no one will phone me to go away anywhere else, or go into the yard to oversee operations, or go into the office. So I may have to do some work from home, but that's okay. I did all my paperwork on the flight on the way home, so that was interesting. So it looks like I got out of Israel just at the right time as well, since World War III is probably about to kick off with the USA and Iran. So, so a lot's happened. 2019 was a sort of okay year for me. For some people it was absolutely terrible. For others it was the best year of their life. Blah blah blah. But for me it was just another sort of mediocre, not much is happening. Lots of work. I've done 259 days away from home out of 350 odd, so it was quite a lot. I worked quite a lot. Now, most people in my position, if they've done that amount of days, you accumulate a fair bit of cash because you get paid more for being away. And lots of them work like I do a year, like I've done, and then they take something like 4 months off from work to sort of relax and be with their family for all the time that they've sort of missed. I'm not going to do that. I'll just be working as per usual. I did get a few job offers as well when I was in Israel for sort of higher up positions from other companies that were obviously impressed with the sort of work that we were doing over there. So that's one thing you always get, is you always get someone trying to snipe your employees and try and recruit them, especially if they're good. So that was got a few business cards and email addresses. So one of the things I was actually thinking about moving company, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm going to give it till February of 2020. I will make my mind up whether I want to stay with the company I'm with now, or if I'm going to sort of move and go somewhere else. But that being said, the YouTube videos should be back more frequently. As always, I will let you guys know if I am going away. I always do. I always try to make a sort of short 10-minute video and just let you guys know that there may be, I may be able to continue recording, I may not. So that will continue no matter what. Even if I do get a new job, it'll still be the same. I'll still be going away quite a lot, but we'll have to wait and see. So thank you to you guys as well, the subscribers. I noticed we've got over 400 subscribers. That's pretty amazing. Not in real world terms, because there are people out there who have got millions of subscribers, but it's amazing, feels amazing for me, because when I started this, it was just a hobby, something to do while I was at home, because the area I live in, there's not many things to do, but we do have decent internet connection, and I do have a love for PC and console gaming ever since I was a kid. So it's good. It feels good to have 400 subscribers, because when you start doing stuff like this, you always think, wow, when you get 100 it feels amazing, 200 better, 300, 400, it just feels good. So thank you. I appreciate all your support, and to the new subs, welcome. To the old subs, you guys are awesome. So yeah, it feels good, and it's good to be back. I'm so happy to be back. I actually have missed this, the recording, the playing games with an actual plan, and or without a plan. In my case, is so often the case. I just sort of switch on the game, look at the map, and think, okay, here's what we're gonna do today. So I've got some things planned though. So hopefully I'll be able to. I've got some things planned for Transport Fever 2 now. The idea is that Transport Fever 1 will have an episode every second day. Transport Fever 2, I'm going to try and get an episode out every day, probably 8 o'clock at night UK time, and Transport Fever 1 will be every second day at 12 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. Anno and Rise of Industry will be in between those episodes of Transport Fever 1 at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So 2 videos a day, which should be interesting. I did manage to make it before, whilst I was working on the drill ship. I was managing to get one episode of this Transport Fever Mountain Islands out at 12 o'clock, and another episode of Anno and Rise of Industry out at 8 o'clock at night. It was difficult, but it is doable as long as I remain undisturbed. I am home, just home, so I do have to go and I am going to go visit some of my family. I'm going to see my grandmother, last remaining grandmother, my granddad, last remaining granddad, out of 4, because my mother and father got divorced and then got remarried when I was very young. So my sort of stepfather and stepmother's mum and dad, I would also class as my grandma and granddad, because they were there for about 99% of my life. So, but most of them have passed away. I only have one of each left. So bad side about your mother and father getting divorced, good side is you get double everything. It's not always a good thing. Most people would like their families to remain intact. Bad things, you have lots more relatives, and when they start getting older, obviously people pass away, so you've got more of that, unfortunately. So, but I'm gonna go visit them, gonna go see my friends. Every weekend I would get a text from a group of my best friends. It's like, are you home yet? I was like, no. So they are planning some sort of night out for me, which I don't know when, but it should be interesting. So I've not actually had a drink of alcohol since November 20th, I think. I think that was the last time I was in Haifa onshore to reset my days. I think that was the last drink I had. A few of us from the crew were out. We're on the beach, so we went out for a drink at night. There's a bar in Haifa that a lot of Europeans use. it's not a great bar. It's mostly because the alcohol there is cheaper. Booze is very expensive in Israel. Lots of things are very expensive in Israel, but this place had cheap booze. And the last time I went in to reset my days in November, so you go in, you can only do 5 weeks on each boat, so every 5 weeks you go into town for 3 or 4 days. That resets your day counter back to 0, so you can then do another 5 weeks on the ship. So that is what is meant by resetting your days. We used to go to this bar, Eli's or something. I think it was near another bar called Eli's that was also good because it had live music, but the other bar was owned by a German guy, and it got blown up by a suicide bomber on the day we arrived. And then one of the guys was like, oh, let's go to the bar with the cheap booze. And then a guy we know that stays in Israel was like, oh, you can't go there. Someone blew up. They didn't blow up the pub. I think they were gunned down in the street, just in front of the pub. I think the Israeli army sussed out that he was up to no good, gunned him down, but inadvertently set off the bomb and blew up half the street in front of the bar, so it was closed. So we had to bite the bullet and go to other bars that were very, very, very expensive. So luckily no one was hurt in that explosion, or so we were told whilst we were there. But apart from stuff like that, Israel's quite a nice place. Sort of up and coming. They are trying to get more tourists and stuff in. It does take you about a year. What? Why is this one flying lower? I thought I fixed this. These Zeppelins did not fly through the land like that previously. Or did they? Am I going to have to cut this away? Aircraft 1. So apparently this one always did fly through there. I could cut this away, although I want to put something in here. I can't remember what it was. But yes, I am home now, back in Bonnie, Scotland, as we call it. And it's great to be back. Everything should, well, I say everything should return as normal. We shall wait and see. But I'm hoping everything will return as normal. And see you guys later. Probably tomorrow, for the first episode of Transport Fever 2, which I am looking forward to. Should be good. So that is it from me. Again, thank you all the subs, new subs as well. Hope you guys had an amazing Christmas and New Year. And that's it. That is the schedule, what is happening, and what I have been up to. So again, apologise for the severe lack of videos, but they shall continue as per usual, or usual for this channel. That's been it from me. I've been Danny Boy, and I will catch you later.